Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today I have the playoff race after week 8 of college football, looking at how the playoff race has shaped up, what could happen, how it looks, who's eliminated, all that jazz. But before I start, thank you for clicking on this video. I assume if you clicked on this video, you love college football. So do I. If you love college football, you'll love my channel. Please consider subscribing and liking. Thank you. Let's hop in. Okay, so we entered the weekend with 9 undefeated teams, and we only have 6 left. The Georgia Bulldogs, who are on a bye, the Tennessee Volunteers, who beat TN Martin 65-24, the Ohio State Buckeyes, who beat Iowa 56-10, the Michigan Wolverines, who are on a bye, and the TCU Horned Frogs, who beat Kansas State 38-28, and the Clemson Tigers, who got a big win over then undefeated Syracuse, 24-21, leaving us with only 6 undefeated teams. And Georgia has to play Tennessee, and Ohio State has to play Michigan. So at absolute most, we're only getting stuck with 4 of these teams. And that's assuming TCU and Clemson don't drop a game, but that's unlikely. Plus, the winner of that Georgia-Tennessee game could drop a game in the SEC Championship. Cough, cough. So let's take a look at our one-loss teams. Let's take a look at our 3 teams who were dethroned as undefeated teams and moved to the one-loss column. At first, we got up Ole Miss, no longer undefeated in the one-loss column, but still in playoff contention. Now, it doesn't look great for them because Alabama's in that division. They'd have to get a win over Alabama, and that's not very likely in my opinion. Maybe I'm a biased Alabama fan, but hey. So they're going to need some things to go their way, but hey, they can still get in if by miracle they beat Alabama. But hey, I'll give respect to Ole Miss. They're a great team, and I don't think it's crazy to say they'll give Alabama a great game. But this weekend, lost to LSU 38-20. Really a tale of two halves, as Ole Miss looked good the first half and just terrible the second half. Syracuse, no longer undefeated in the one-loss column. Played Clemson this past week in Death Valley, a place that Clemson doesn't lose often in. And now I'll give Syracuse credit. They fought, but in the fourth quarter, the fight was fought out of them. They were just deflated, and they let Clemson come back. 21-10, they were up entering the fourth quarter, and they just let Clemson come back on them. Sad to see, but hey, they're in the one-loss column now. And then UCLA, no longer in the undefeated column, as the Pac-12 has no more undefeated teams. They lost to Oregon this weekend, another one-loss team I'm about to mention, 45-30. Let's look at some of the other one-loss teams. Alabama, roll tide roll. They beat Mississippi State this past weekend, 30-6. Alabama bounced back. Didn't look incredible, but hey, a 30-6 win over a ranked opponent, I'll take it all day. Roll tide roll. And their only loss on the season to undefeated Tennessee. Penn State with only one loss. That one loss was a really bad loss, but it was to undefeated Michigan. So, Illinois still only has one loss. Now, it was to Indiana, and Indiana's not a particularly spectacular team, but hey, only one loss this season, and it was a very close loss. Oklahoma State with one loss. This past weekend, they beat Texas 41-34. Impressive win to me. I'm very high on Texas. I've been high on Texas. The Cowboys keep getting wins. Their only loss was in overtime to undefeated TCU. Oklahoma State still looks very impressive. Wake Forest, only one loss in the season. This past weekend, they destroyed Boston College 43-15. And their only loss is to undefeated Clemson in overtime, in double overtime. But Sam Hartman looks great, but, they're going to have to hope for something because Clemson, the hardest part of Clemson's schedule is over, and the rest of Clemson's games look very winnable. So not looking great for Wake Forest. They're going to have to hope for Clemson to slip up twice and for them to run the table. Not looking great. North Carolina with only one loss. Now, it was a loss to Notre Dame, a team that doesn't look great this season, but it's only one loss. Drake May, the North Carolina quarterback, looks really good. There's some murmurs he could transfer to Alabama next season. So I think that's interesting, but we're not going to talk about that right now. Only one loss on the season, and they could easily win their division in the ACC and go to the ACC championship. Oregon with only one loss. Now, that one loss was week 1, and it was a disgusting loss. 49-3. It was to undefeated Georgia, the number 1 team in my opinion, but still, just ugly. But they did beat then undefeated UCLA this weekend, 45-30. And then the final one-loss team I want to talk about, USC. USC, only one loss, and it was a 1-point loss to Utah, where, a couple calls go their way, USC could be undefeated right now. But only one loss on the season, still control their destiny. We entered the week with 18 teams in contention, and there are 17 teams now. Only one elimination, and it was Kansas State was eliminated by TCU. Kansas State picking up their second loss of the season. They are done. Now let's look at it by conference. The SEC has 2 undefeated teams in Georgia and Tennessee, and 4 total. The Big Ten has 2 undefeated teams with Ohio State and Michigan, and 4 total teams. The Big 12 has only 1 undefeated team left in TCU, and 2 teams total with Oklahoma State still in contention. It'd be interesting if they matched up in the Big 12 championship. The Pac-12 no longer with any undefeated teams, so they're going to have to hope one of their teams runs the table, but they do still have USC and UCLA. USC and UCLA still have to play. So one of them's eliminated, then them, Oregon. That's their hope right now for Pac-12 to get in the playoff. ACC only with 1 undefeated team now, the Clemson Tigers, but they do have 4 in total. My prediction for Selection Sunday stays the same. From my opinion, it'll be 4 Georgia, 3 Bama, 2 Clemson, 1 Ohio State. This is not my current rankings. Do not think that. I did those in another video. These are what I think will happen. I think Georgia will beat Tennessee, and I think Georgia will go to the SEC Championship. I think Alabama will run the table and beat Georgia in the SEC Championship. I think Clemson runs the table, wins the ACC, and I think Ohio State runs the table, wins the Big Ten. So that's my prediction. It stays the same from last week. But let me know, what's your prediction for the college football playoff for Selection Sunday? The college football playoff, the first rankings come out November 1st. So we'll see how high they think of some of these teams. Thank you for watching, and peace out.